Hello and welcome to podcast Yadimba. This is the weekend review show and it's obviously me, your host, Melvo. And we are here back again to talk about everything football that happened over the past weekend. It's going to be an exciting show because we have so much to talk about. Tuanzie. Musiniulize kwa nini I'm wearing a hat in the house, by the way, because ikifika point in your life yenye kipara imeanza kukuja, utajua kwa nini watu wanavanga makofia huko town ukiona tu watu wakitembea mzee. Ni uzee. Anyways, we're not here to talk about my balding head. We're here to talk about football, and first things first, na Arsenal. Arsenal have had an amazing season this season, and up to 2 matches previously, it looks like things zimeanza kwenda segemnege because they had a chance to pull away on top of the table with games against Everton and Brentford. Games zenye mtu tu ungesema to these teams that are coming, you're going away. It's one of those games zenye una expect to Arsenal zishinde. If Arsenal really wants to be respected as a proper title contender, game kama is the Everton, team kama is the Brighton, you have to beat these teams. Easy teams ni teams za kuchapa at least, because when you look at the games which you guys have ahead, game ngumu kama this week, I think on Wednesday, kama sitakosea, I think they have the ile fixture ile ya kwanza against City imepushiwa, so they haven't played City at all this season, and the City is obviously the strongest team. They've only played City against in the kama ni FA, and they lost 1-0. And I think that was more like of a cameo to what's to be expected, because I don't think they have enough to beat City if Everton na Brighton na Brentford size in those teams zenye wame struggle against. Maybe sometimes you can say it's form. Maybe sometimes kuna wase walisema hiyo game ya Everton ilikuwa ati new manager bounce. Sean Dyche alikam akachangamsha ma players, so the players wanted to fight for him, wakafanya game ikakuwa ngumu. But you just have to win your games. And unfortunately, this weekend, given Arsenal's form in the first leg of the season, nearly expect that they would show us what they're really made of. It's a home game. The fans are there, packed stadium. They have most of their players fit and healthy. Akina Zinchenko, wamekuwa this season, they've done really well for the team. I think the only person missing from the squad is Jesus, like a fast starter, but they've had a striker in Nketiah mwenye amekuwa akiperform, amekuwa akiscore mabao. So they had no excuse not to beat Brentford. Brentford during the first half dominated the game. They were creating chances. Ivan Toney was playing like he was playing for a contract from a bigger club. Next season he had like so many chances. He was creating chances. Played really well. Second half, Arsenal came through. They were controlling the game much better. Shida tu ni convert chances, but the one chance they got, I think it was Trossard who came off the bench. I think they're using him more as an impact player, Saizi, because I think he was signed in the January window, and he's been playing good. I've seen him a couple of times, and he came on to score. And here's hapa ndo mali vitu zilianza kwenda segemnege. So it was a very contentious decision awarding that goal, because according to further analysis, VAR walitpambao, and they gave an offside goal to Brentford, which was supposed to be chopped off. But here's my beef here. These things will happen. Hata kama tuko na VAR, as a team that you're trying to break away and give yourself a chance to win the title, you can't rely on a 1-0 result at home to win the league. Against a team like Brentford. Brentford ni team tu imepanda ligi juzi. Isn't a team kama you seriously want to win the league, you can't be losing to a team that was on the bottom of the league with Everton, and you cannot lose to a mid-table team, which is Brentford, if you want to be taken seriously. While you draw, your game ilisha 1-1. Yeah, and yes, I agree. The goal that Brentford scored was not supposed to count. Lakini sasa tufanye aje? So VAR ni kama walikuwa stories za Jaba wakasahau. Nasikia they came out today and they gave out a reason as to why they didn't check the second phase of play, because the second phase of play offside ilikuwa, lakini ati walisahau could draw the lines on the thing. I'll put up a video or a statement of what they said, and then you guys can kind of decide for yourself. But I'm sorry, yeah. So now when we look at the table, Arsenal have played 21 games, goal difference at 28, and they have 51 points. So, I mean, they're still, what? 1, 2, 3 points ahead of City, 51 and 48, with one match in hand. So the one match in hand is against City, and if they win that game, they go 6 points clear on top of the table. It's not going to be easy, because if they don't get a result against City, I think it's going to go back into them not being title contenders, but it's going to be more of a top 4 chase, and who finishes where between first, second, and third. Because I even now, speaking about top 4, Man United have been playing really well. Man United are looking like a team. Yenye hata singesema ati this season tungekuwa tunaongelea story ya title charge. Sisemi tuko kwa title race, but I'm saying we're in the title charge. And Mimi, obviously, as a host on this channel, I might be a bit biased towards United. And yeah, I might be a bit biased because I'm a United supporter. But in all fairness, hii season ikianza, mi singedhani tungekuwa tunabongea story ati ya Man United na top 4 ama title contention. Because when we look at the table, hatuko mbali, we are third. Man United are third with 46 points, and that's only 46 to 54, 5 points away from being on top of the table. I don't think that's a crazy thing to say, that Man United might be in the title chart. The only reason that Man United have also been playing so well is because of this one guy, Marcus MBE Rashford. The guy has been in outstanding form. I think he has 8 goals in his last 9 games, and his tally for the season, I think, is up to 21 goals this season. A guy mwenye last year alikuwa anakaa mzee, he looked like he was actually on the way out. I think there were a few offers from PSG and Real Madrid. They were knocking on the door trying to get him out. He wasn't scoring goals. He wasn't playing well. But with Erik ten Hag on the wheel now, yeah, he looks like a brand new player. He looks like a brand new signing who came from, like, he's just been doing amazing at United. And I'm, as a United fan, or just as a fellow football player as well, like, confidence ni kitu ya maana sana kwa mchezaji. If you lose your confidence as a player, you might be Messi, you might be as good as Ronaldo, but the things that is ile tu vitu simple ulikuwa unafanya vyu rahisi, it becomes, things start becoming a bit hard. And with a new coach who actually is a good proper coach, ule coach tulikuwa naye mzee mbeleni alikuwa mtiaji, hakuwa anajua mambo ya ball, lakini hiyo ni story ya siku nyingine. So with ETH on the wheel, I think I'm coach poa. I'm sure he has belief in him, and it's paying off. Na kama ni story ya coach at Chelsea, kuna mabesti wangu wengi sana wasiwa boda na wakisi wananisumbua, wananiambia mzee, they need now a world class coach if they're gonna be spending world class fees on players. Not too many people have a lot of confidence in Graham Potter. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. The club Chelsea have spent £600 million over the previous 2 windows, and they've bought, I think, 21 players. All these players now, the coach has to find a way of making them work together. And kudeal na hizo character zote, people coming from all over the place, it's going to be a tough job. And ever since the window closed, Chelsea have played 3 games and they've drawn 3 games. So even after spending all this ginormous amount of money, after kutumia hii doyote, it just goes to show at the end of the day, sometimes sio story ya do, sometimes suni venye maplayer wananaji apply na venye coach ni atawapanga. Money and transfers doesn't always necessarily translate into success. We've seen this as a model in other teams like QPR, Likamingi. They spent like £100 million on their first window back in the Premier League. Now wakashuka the same season. 2 years ago, Fulham did the exact same thing. While they spent like I think £150 million on players. Team bado ilishuka. But obviously Chelsea is a big club, as we like to think. So, but people may argue. It's going to be interesting to see now what they do with that team. I have an article in your description. You guys can go and look at the FFP rules, na venye ali structure hizo deal ya kusaina maplayer wote without breaking FFP rules. And talking about breaking rules, Mancity, Fraudiola, mzee, hiyo team yenyu, that team is going through a lot right now. Nasikia they've been indicted and they're being investigated for fraud, and I think the charge sheet, they're being charged with 120 counts of financial manipulation, and for I think there's some bribery charges. Nasikia kukata nyasi venye nafaa kukaa. Yeah, they're being charged with a lot of charges by the Premier League, and I think this is coming back off the idea of the Premier League needing a regulator. So I think they're trying to prove to the government that the Premier League can investigate its things that are happening in the league by itself, and they don't need an outside regulator to regulate English football. So people are saying it might be a witch hunt. People are saying it might be a conspiracy that the other teams in the league is gonna try to bring down Mancity because because Mancity has been such a dominating force in the league, to the extent that wakiendelea hivi the spirit of competition in the league itapotea. But yeah, other than that, if we just really quickly go through the results of what happened this weekend, we have a Monday night fixture. I think Liverpool play Everton tonight. It's the Merseyside derby. Liverpool this season means jini nini. I think ndibonga na best yangu fulani who's a big Liverpool fan akaniambia ati the club is going through like a restructuring process. Say they've had a number of injuries zenye zimefanya mpaka coach akakuwa brought into question. Wanasema the guy is a fraud. He has this 7-year curse where every team he's been at on his 7th year vitu zimekuwa zikienda segemnege. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight, to see if Liverpool are able to bounce back. By the way, this episode is shot on Monday, so and Liverpool are playing tonight. So if you see this on Tuesday, you already know about the results. So I don't want to really get too much into it. But yeah, so if we just shuffle really quickly through the weekend's results, what we haven't talked about: City beat Aston Villa 3-1. Man United were away at Leeds and won 2-0. On Saturday's fixtures, if you missed the games, Southampton lost to Wolves 2-1. Bournemouth drew with Newcastle, which imesaidia United could go, I think, 5 points clear. And we're sitting pretty at third. Tottenham Hotspurs, hey, your team team. They lost 4-1 to Leicester City. Palace drew 1-1 with Brighton. Fulham beat Nottingham Forest 2-0. West Ham drew with Chelsea 1-1. Team Kisi. And Arsenal drew 1-1 with Brentford. I think the Champions League might be back this week. I'm not sure. Yes, the Champions League is back. So if we quickly touch on the fixtures, AC Milan will be playing Tottenham Hotspurs on Tuesday. Na PSG, I think that's the game of the week. We'll be battling out with Bayern Munich at the Stade de France. Yes, Wednesday we have the Arsenal City game, I think, and also we have two fixtures of the Champions League, which are Borussia Dortmund plays Chelsea here in Germany, and Club Brugge play Benfica. We will do a review show on probably on Thursday or Friday, but also on Thursday there's the Europa League, so probably we will do a review show on Friday and talk about the Champions League fixtures and how everything went during the week. But as for now, thank you guys for listening. Remember to share and subscribe, and I will see you guys on Friday. Have a good week.